Right now is U.S. Commerce Department former Deputy Director, Vicar Financial CEO Chris Garcia. Chris, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. What's your view of all of this? I mean, there's a trade story here. There's a national security issue around Beijing. And obviously, this president is not backing down. Will this be a problem for the economy in the U.S. and markets here?
Well, I think markets need to brace, Maria, first of all, for a long and extended negotiation process. This is something that China's done historically in the past. They've kicked the can down the road. They've tried to run the clock out on previous presidents' administration, and this time they're going to try to run the clock out on the Trump administration. I've always said that the trading relationship with China, Maria, is kind of like a really bad contract with your cable provider. You know you're getting ripped off. You know you can get a better deal somewhere else, but it's not until you threaten to leave that they finally treat you like a valued customer again. But this time we're dealing with trillions of dollars and national security.
Yeah, I understand that. But, you know, you've got the suppliers to Huawei, for example, suspending business after the ban in the United States. These are, you know, companies like Intel, Qualcomm. I mean, they supply a product to Huawei and the two do business back and forth. This will impact earnings in the U.S., correct?
Yeah, it's absolutely going to impact earnings because you're cutting off a key buyer. But, you know, this is a huge haymaker that the United States just landed to make sure China knows that we're not playing games. You know, if China decides that they want to, to completely violate, for example, the Iranian sanctions, we saw the outright ban of ZTE in 2018. This might be a little bit different. This is a little bit more of an olive branch still being extended by the United States because this is a little bit different. We're just doing it on a case-by-case basis by listing them on the entity list. But still, you're completely banning, the outright sale of software. You've got hardware that they're not able to source from key suppliers. But these are things that we have warned China about for years.
Yeah.
You have to stop playing these games. You have to stop cheating, and then we have to open up a more fair, free, and reciprocal trading relationship with them.
Yeah. And by the way, Wall Street is writing all about this morning and on Friday, and a couple of analysts believe that winners in this could be Nokia and Ericsson. They're well placed to benefit from any disruption from Huawei. But look at Google, reportedly cutting ties with the Chinese telecom giant. Reuters is reporting that China will not have access to parts of Google's Android operating platform. The future versions of Huawei's smartphones that run on Android will also lose access to the popular services like Gmail and YouTube. So Google, even though among those tech companies that have been entrenched in China, it too pulling back from Huawei.
Oh, yeah, no, so Google, that is the haymaker. That is the hammer that's being dropped. Any U.S. software that users that are using a Huawei device are used to having available at their fingertips, they're no longer going to be able to use those. If they continue to use the existing device, that means that future software updates will leave them vulnerable to attacks, for example, from those of the Chinese.
Yeah.
But again, this is the thing, Maria. If you continue to lie, cheat, steal, not respect the U.S. Trading relationship and the norms, then just like Seinfeld said, no soup for you.
All right. So we've got markets, I guess, that